I've lived in Glasgow North for most of my adult life. I chose to buy a house in the Wynford and Maryhill to raise my children, and I enjoy living here. Over the years I've been involved in a number of local campaigns to make the energy system that we have in the Wynford fairer. 3 times negotiated on that with the energy giant SSE, and been involved in a number of housing struggles. My interest in housing started in the constituency. I moved into the high flats at Cedar Court. The landlord, the GHA as it was called then, was beginning the process of trying to run down and demolish the community, and I formed a tenants association and fought back. 5 years later we defeated the landlord. So housing is close to my heart and where it was first politicised. I worked as a professional community organiser for a couple of other organisations, and I learned a few things in the decades in between which I want to apply to the coming election. You see, it's all very well talking about policy in the abstract, and I chair the Housing Policy Working Group, so that's an area of particular expertise for me. But I'm a firm believer that in order to change things, you have to cut the issue, go from the abstract, people need houses, to we need 200 houses over here. And that's called cutting the issue, crystallising it. And that should be formed around demands. Demands which are widely felt, deeply felt, visible and winnable. And that's how we build a base for those ideas. Because I'm also conscious that as a political party, particularly as an outsider, we can't be ships in the night. We can't just be there for a vote. We have to be there as a champion of the people in the area, and a champion of the cause, not just of independence, but the cause of improving the lot of ordinary people, ensuring that we grasp the common treasury that we are seeking, because many countries have become independent without changing very much for their people, and we have to be a different voice to that SNP that's so happy to see us lose our only oil refinery, that SNP that round here in this part of the world is so happy to see our common treasury sold off to the highest bidder. And you see, that's why, together with the organised people in this area, I helped to stop this area of public land being sold off during the pandemic to the highest bidder to be turned into luxury flats, because this used to be public housing. And if we're going to go into an election where we have to chap every door in a constituency, I want to ensure that we win things for working people. In particular, I want to see that this particular site should be turned over for council housing, new council housing. Now, we got ourselves in such a pickle in Glasgow because we privatised our council housing, and we see the effect of that now in the Wynford, where the stock transfer landlord, now the biggest landlord in the country, funded by billionaire banks, is pursuing the demolition of our public housing in the midst of a massive housing crisis. But it's not just about Klein Street or the Wynford or this area of Glasgow North. Right across the constituency, we need to see these sparks, these campaigns that can continue beyond the election, which we can spearhead and lead. And if we can do that, and this is my proposal, then we can make long-lasting change into the next election. Doing that would put us in the position not just of leading the resistance to the corporate and foreign takeover of our common treasury, but actually put us in a position of spearheading the move towards a different vision for our country, one where ordinary people can claim the common treasury and benefit from it. And that's the Scotland I think we all want to see. That's why I want to stand in Glasgow North.